The problem is people have unrealistic ideas of happiness. If someone tells you that it's possible, don't believe it because it's not possible. Hello everyone! Here we are again to another live. Today we are going to talk about happiness, the hidden secret. And let me just write it down for everyone to know what we are talking about. Happiness, the hidden secret. Perfect. Just mark, comment. Perfect. So I want to start this live by telling you about a documentary that I saw some years ago. And I thought I saw it on Netflix, but then I went to look for it and I couldn't find it. So I'm not absolutely sure if it was there. But if you go online, you might be able to find it. I think the documentary is called Happy or Happiness. And it might have been on Netflix and then they took it out. I'm not sure. But I'm going to tell you the story by memory. And there was an example there, not an example, like an experiment that they did there that impacted me. So they did this experiment where they went to America and they spoke to a person, I think it was a man, that worked in a company, had what we call like a medium class life. He worked in a company, he used dressed in suits, and he had what we call like a normal life. And then they asked him, how happy are you? So from 0 to 10, if you need to classify how happy you are, how much would you say? And he said, generally, I would say 4 to 5. And I'm like, okay, 4 to 5. You happy? 4 to 5. Perfect. Then they went, I think it was to India, and they spoke with another man that had completely different conditions from this other that lived in America. So this man was coming from a poor background, had a very difficult childhood. His life was always working very hard. He lived with difficult surviving conditions. And they asked him the same question. So from 0 to 10, how happy are you? And he was like, with everything. And bear in mind that his job now was he kind of transported people with a wooden wheelbarrow, the people would jump into the wheelbarrow and he needed to carry them, and he worked barefooted. The roads didn't have pavement, so his conditions were very different. And he said, yeah, from 0 to 10, I would say a 4 to 5. When I saw that, I got shocked. And I thought to myself, that was something that really impacted me. I thought to myself, how come two different people with two different, completely different life scenarios, one that has much better conditions, has food, has access to health, has probably money to have fun when he wants, how come these two people have the same amount of happiness inside of them? I could not believe it. And that's when I noticed that happiness is subjective. It doesn't depend on money or material conditions. It's subjective, and my mind was blown completely. And I thought, so people really don't need a fancy car to be happy. People don't need to have even food all the time to be happy, to live in a nice house to be happy. Because normally society gives us a list of things that we should achieve to be happy. We all know that, but I'm telling you, that is not a guarantee that she will be happy if you follow all of those lists that society likes to give to us. So, how come two different people, two different conditions, two different life experiences had the same amount of happiness? And the secret is our heart creates emotions. You can have the best material conditions ever and not be happy. And you can live poorly, or what the society calls poorly, with not so many material conditions and feel happiness. And that's because our heart is the one that creates happiness. And I'm going to give you a practical example that I want you to do with me now. This is a quick one. Let's close your eyes and focus in your heart. And try to be aware and notice how your heart expands and closes with the words that I'm going to say. So keep focusing your heart. See how your heart reacts to this. Flowers, peace, joy, sun, holidays, freedom, babies laugh, war, betrayal, stress, hurt, anxiety, depression, sadness, love, true friendship, compassion, good energy, good vibes, warmth, coziness. Did you notice how your heart reacts to the good words and how it reacts to the bad words? It's very subtle, but our heart kind of expands, contracts, expands with the good words, contracts with the bad words. This is the heart chakra. And now I want to do another exercise with you. And I want you to close your eyes again. And I want you to say to your heart, heart, create joy. Stay there a little bit. Create joy. Create love. Create frustration. Create anxiety. Create happiness. Create harmony. Create freedom. Create enthusiasm. Create expansion. Create light. Our heart creates whatever we want it to create. If I want to feel happiness right here, right now, I can feel happiness. if I close my eyes and I say for my heart to create happiness, or I think about something that would make me happy, imagine me in Bali, 1 month, with the sun, with people that I love, laughing, enjoying, meeting new people, new cultures. I have happiness here already. The problem is people have unrealistic ideas of happiness. They think they can achieve a position in life where they are happy all the time, where they are happy 100% of the time, and that doesn't exist. If someone tells you that it's possible, don't believe it, because it's not possible. And because of a very simple reason. We live in the world of opposites. So there is love, there is hate, there is war, there is peace. There is the night and the day, the tall and the short, the cold and the warmth. Everything in this life has an opposite. So it's not possible to be 100% on one side of the spectrum. But that is natural here on earth. There will be times where, imagine this is happiness, this is sadness. There will be times where you need to come here and then you can go back. But it's not possible to be here 100% of the time. What is possible is to make the ratio between being happy and being sad bigger and positive. So you are more times happier than sad. And that is possible because some people, they are more happy than sad along their lives. If they need to see the ratio, the amount of times I was happy, the amount of times I was sad, they were more times happy than sad, and the opposite happens as well. But what is not possible is to be always, always, always happy. The way we should do it is, if we are happy and there is a moment where we feel sad, we feel bad, we should, not ignoring it, we should come to the sadness, feel the sadness, let it exist, live that experience, accept it, and then when you feel it's gone, it's out of your energy, is out of you, you go back to the happiness. That is what we should do, not ignoring the bad times or try to escape the bad times. It's like, okay, I'm a bit sad today. Let me go here. Let me see what this is. Let me live it. And then when it's gone, go back to be happy again. And that is what we can do. We can work on the ratio between being happy, being sad, and try to balance it and make life a bit more happier than sad. When I say a bit, it can be a lot. But being happy 100% of the time, no, okay? Don't aim for that because it doesn't exist. Another thing that helps quite a lot is create points of happiness during your day. I'll give you some examples. Imagine that you are starting to work and you really don't want to do that today. You really don't feel like it. Create a point of happiness. So think to yourself, after I do the morning, I'm going to have such a nice lunch. Or mid-morning, after I complete this task, I'm going to have a really nice coffee with cinnamon sprinkles if you like it. And to me it would be like have a nice hot chocolate. Or at the end of my day, after finishing work, I'm going to my Zumba class and I'm going to have fun there. Okay, so create points of happiness. And when you create loads of points of happiness, those points of happiness will hold you, will support you when you are passing through those sad times. Because you will go through the sad times, but you will know what is being happy. You know where you need to go back to. You don't get lost in that sadness, in that low vibration. You know it's temporary, and then you know, okay, then I will create another point of happiness. And you might think, oh, but this is too small. I want to be happy all the time. But what is life? If you think about life, is not really the accumulation of little choices. If you think about, how do people put on weight? How do people get addicted to something? And how do people learn a new skill and get experts in something? Isn't that like accumulation of little choices every day? With the happiness is the same. You need to create these points of happiness. You need to kind of accumulate them. And then when you look, those little choices every day, it's what's going to make the overall happiness in your life. Because of course, like, little choices make our life. Imagine that every day you spend 1 minute in the morning imagining something that you love, something that you would love to do. Imagine being the beach, feeling and smelling the sun protector, that smell of being the beach, having fun with your friends or with your family in the beach. And imagine that before you go to work or before you start your day, you spend there 1 minute just imagining that. I'm on the beach, I'm having fun, and you will notice your heart expanding, expanding, expanding. Your day, then when you go to work, will be already completely different. And then imagine you get to lunchtime, and you do again 1 minute. You imagine that you are in the concert of your favorite band, and you listen to the music, feeling the environment. That already expands again. And at evening, you imagine another point of happiness. Imagine if you do this every day, your vibration is going to change completely. And this is what I mean by create points of happiness. Your heart is the one that is going to give you that happiness. So if you close your eyes and you can create the emotion, your vibration is going to change, and then the world, because the world is like a mirror from our vibration. So if you have a good vibration, then the world will start to match that, and then you will become more happy than sad. Then life will be more abundant than restrictive. But yes, that's what I had for you today. I want to let you know that everything is energy, and if you don't work in your energy, no one is going to do it for you. Only you have that power, even to create happiness. Remember that it's not when you get that car that you're going to be happy, or when you get that house, or when you get that holidays, or when you're going to be a mom or dad. Happiness, it's here today. You have the power to create it today. So now we're going to do a little meditation, really quick one, and it would be good for you to do this meditation more than once, for you to get the practice on how to create happiness. So let's do that. Let's close our eyes and imagine that you're doing something that you would love to do, or you're doing something that you used to do when you were little and you used to love, you used to feel very happy. Imagine that. Or imagine that you are having some holidays, or your biggest dream is happening. See how your heart starts to create that good feeling. Focus on that feeling. Keep imagining it. And then imagine that energy expanding in your heart ask for more of that energy. Say, heart, create more of this energy. Feel that. Now this energy expands to your arms and hands, expands to your shoulders, tummy, pelvis, legs, head. Feel that. And then this energy gets the size of the room that you are in. And then gets the size of your house or building that you are in. And then gets the size of your village or city. Keep expanding the sensation. That's it. And then gets the size of the country that you live in. And then gets the size of the world. Keep expanding. Then starts to expand to other planets, through the universe. Keep expanding this sensation, this good feeling. And stay there, expanding the most you can. When you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you. Have a good one.